We're taking on canal life again.
Woo! Get to drive from the top today.
But this time in Belgium.
I feel like this one's more narrow than the two you went through.
No.
A country with more castles per square mile than anywhere else. We'll be navigating the medieval trade routes, winding our way through lush countryside and storybook villages.
Drive me around, Mama.
Driving Mr. Daisy.
Tracing pathways that have been used by traders and explorers for over 900 years.
Wow. We're in it now, man. In the medieval. Look at that behind me.
It's going to be a whole new world and way of life.
So we are in Newport, Belgium, and we are here to pick up our home for the next week. And Newport is not the same Newport, spelled differently than the one that we know from America. Sounds the same though, Newport. And I know that it does not look like great boating weather, but trust me, yesterday was beautiful and spectacular. So the weather seems to be a bit hit or miss, but it is the end of the season here. So we're kind of squeezing it in, but it's because boat rentals are cheaper, towns are less crowded, so it should be a really good experience.
This is our boat, right here. Our live boat. They're pumping up our bicycle tires. Let me show you one thing that's really crazy about renting one of these boats. This sign right here, no experience needed. This boat is like a 12-person, pretty damn long boat. It's huge. I mean, can you imagine driving this thing? It's really cool because it's a way to get on the water. It's a way to live the boat lifestyle without any
commitment.
Consequences. No, maybe any commitments.
Any commitment.
Little consequence. It's not your boat, it's a rental.
Okay, so we have finished all of our paperwork and orientation and talking about routes and all that kind of stuff.
Figured out who's the captain and who is the co-captain. The captain is the boss, so just to let you know.
And then we came out, they gave us a full rundown of the vessel. This is the Horizon 1. By the way, it is a 37-foot vessel, which is technically smaller than what I'm used to driving, but it's still a very different platform. And it has bow and stern thrusters. I mean, it should be a cakewalk, but I was keen to go ahead and take the test drive, like with the mechanic on board, just to make sure I felt comfortable with everything. And he knows the boats the best, right? They drive them all the time. So he can give you all the little tips and tricks on busting a UE and your turning and all that kind of good stuff. So it was very helpful. He was great.
What's your initial impression of driving it?
It's weird. It's so squirrely.
Yes.
The response is just so very, very different. I mean, aside from the fact that like you're driving up high and the wheel is so small because I'm used to big wheel, but yeah, it's like you turn, there's like this delay. So it's like you turn, and then all of a sudden the boat starts turning. You can overcorrect very quickly, I'll say that. I'm gonna clean up things just a bit because we've got our junk everywhere, and then we will give you a tour. All right, so starting forward, this is the master cabin, and we have got two closets, which are pretty good size, honestly. Bigger than I thought they were gonna be. One here with shelves, extra bedding if you want. Got 12-volt outlets so that you can charge things. Nice windows and ventilation.
Hatch, port light.
Yeah, port light. So we've got one head in this boat. Decent sized little shower here, sink, toilet, cabinets.
Freshwater toilet. Oh yeah, there's no salt water.
Everything's freshwater. We do have a second cabin, so you can have 4 people, but whenever we were talking to the boat, they recommended still getting this size of vessel because it gives you a little extra room to spread out, especially for us because we have cameras and computers and all that kind of stuff. Moving along. This obviously is a very important spot. The helm. All our basic instruments here, monitors for the house batteries and your start batteries. I dig that. I like being able to see both of those here. We've got our bow thruster. So exciting. I don't know why I'm so excited about that. We do have a stereo that works inside the boat and outside. So you got a party deck up top. That's pretty fantastic. Windshield wipers for a drizzly day like today. Not every day will be like this. I'm gonna keep repeating that. Nice window. Yell at people out there.
Slow down.
Yeah, see? We've got a horn, which I won't honk right now because we're sitting at the marina and that would be very rude. Got a nice co-captain seat here.
So you can backseat drive without being in the back seat?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Although, he also did say during our tour, the steering wheel always functions, no matter whether you are designated up top or inside for your throttle. You could really screw around with somebody if they're up top trying to steer and you decide to take over in here.
What surprised me on this boat is it has a built-in Victron inverter, which is really nice because it switches over from shore power to battery power instantly. On our charter that we did for the Sailboat, it didn't have an inverter, which I thought was really kind of weird. But at least this boat has 230 volts going throughout the entire boat. It's powerful enough to run a microwave. He said to charge all of our laptops, run most of our things. He said you can stay overnight, no problem. We'll be the judge of that. We have pretty heavy duty computers and always charging cameras and all that, so we'll see. Everything else is controlled here. You've got the start battery voltage, the house battery voltage, the water levels, a nice diesel heater. Uses a lot of power to start up, but not any once it gets going. Batteries down here, I won't show you that because they're just lead acid batteries. Stool, hey!
Storage!
Cool. Table goes down to turn into a bed. We won't need that. We'll most likely spend all of our time that we're not exploring and discovering sitting right here. At least we have a really, really nice view. Tons of windows. I think it's gonna be nice. Should I let you do the kitchen? No, that's sexist. I shouldn't say that. Microwave, oven, gas oven, propane, whatever you want to call it. We have everything in here we need. Glasses, plates, tea, coffee. That's like a little pour over cone. That's interesting. Bowls and pans, colander. Looks like it's well appointed for living. Trash can, bucket, in case you get seasick maybe. Whoa, more pans. Oh my gosh, so many pans, and that's our food. Okay, let's see. That's a window. I guess in case you're trying to make it dark in here, you want to have that closed, but we'll probably open that up. Fridge, nice size fridge for just the two of us, for sure. TV, not that we'll ever use it. Beer.
Welcome pack.
Welcome pack is very nice of them. And a little space heater, I guess, in case in case you're plugged in at a marina. So there's marinas all over the canal. All right, do we want to go outside?
Let's do it. All right, we're gonna make this quick because it's a bit spitty. You've got the helm that's also up here. It does give you great visibility. We've got, I know, it's gonna be nicer, but we've got a sun deck for lounging, lots of seating up here. We've got a barbecue grill and an outdoor sink so you can clean up. Nice little prep spot right here. Huge table, seating area, and a bimini so that during the summer you can get a little shade. That's the 2 cent tour. You're gonna see it for the next week.
Come down the steps to the back deck, and they have this big lounger back here that flips back and forth, so you can sit looking that way, or you can sit looking that way, depending on where you're moored. We added bicycles to our package, so they have these different packs you can add. You can get sups. We got a fridge pack, which gives you all the basics like egg, cheese, jam, tea, coffee, water, more toilet paper, I think? Something like that. Anyway, all the necessities. Nice little back deck area here. We got shore power cables. We got fenders out. We got our New York jewelry on all the time with this boat, so we don't have to worry about what we bump into, I guess. We got a side deck. We got a front deck. Oh, I haven't even been up there.
Yeah.
Wow, geez, this thing is huge. We got another little seating area here, maybe an anchor locker. I think we're gonna spend a lot of time out here if it's sunny. When it's sunny. When it's sunny. That's our boat.
It's a lot of space, a lot of living for 37 feet.
For 2 people.
Oh my gosh.
It's definitely gonna
Luxury.
be comfortable. I don't know why I'm nervous about this, but I got the VHF in my hand. I'm calling the lot captain for the first time. It just feels like my heart is kind of pumping, you know? I don't know why. It's no big deal. Okay, here we go. Okay, calm down. Lot captain, lot captain, lot captain. This is motor vessel Horizon 30. Lockmaster, lockmaster, lockmaster. This is Horizon 30. Do you copy? I went in and talked to the harbor master of this marina, and he said, it's the end of the season, it's rainy, it's a little cold, it's 5 o'clock, they close at 6, so he might have just called it a little bit early, so.
You want to point out where they are?
Oh, lock is right there. He's like, oh, you could walk over there and talk to him, but I thought by the time we walk over there and try to talk to him and get back, it's gonna be almost 6, and all the bridges and locks close at 6, so we can only go so far. So instead, I think tonight, we're gonna plug in, make sure we have a full charge. We'll get used to the boat, get some video editing done. It's all we can do.
And we'll start fresh in the morning.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Whoop. Don't look at that. Yeah. Stop filming. Scott.
In all fairness, you didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
Well, I guess you did kind of do it.
No, it was already done. Okay.
Now we're good.
Now we're good.
making myself a little brie sandwich because I'm so hungry right now because we skipped lunch because we were in a mad rush to get here and get the boat, but I haven't had brie and jam in a very long time. So I'm gonna have brie and jam.
It's 6:30 in the morning. It's still pitch black outside. Mornings here are cold. Nikki likes to stay in bed to answer emails. She's probably just going right back to sleep.
Wait.
Right. Even though we're traveling, I've been trying to keep my normal morning routine, except I have not been working out like I normally do. What are you laughing about?
You haven't been working out at all.
I stretched a couple times.
Oh, I've seen it.
God, yeah, which is terrible. It's just terrible because we're in the land of waffles, fries, chocolate, and beer. So much beer. Which is where today's sponsor comes in, AG1. They give me that little bit of boost that I need to get my day going. Now, sure, we've been doing a lot more walking. It is Europe, but we've been doing way more indulging than normal. So the prebiotics and the probiotics help keep my gut happy, and the trips to the head a little more regular.
TMI.
TMI?
That's gross.
Everybody poops.
I need to hear about it.
Plus it's fall, so man, the weather's changing, so it's nice to know that AG1 has a little bit of that like immunity support that we need. It's full of nutrient-dense superfoods, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. I take it on an empty stomach before coffee, first thing in the morning. And that's what I've been doing for years. I think it tastes great. I get a little extra energy boost. And because I'm the first one up, I get to call Nikki lazy.
Doing stuff in here.
Sure you are. If you click,
You green.
every week in November, AG1's giving away a free gift on top of the welcome kit. And the only way to find out what that gift is to scan the QR code or click the link in the description. But it's only while supplies last. And hey, if you're not sure if AG1 is right for you, no worries, they have a full money back guarantee. For me, it's the perfect morning routine, and I hope you like it too.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
A lot of wind today.
A lot of wind. Yeah, you're gonna get into it. Maybe I'll go down there.
Yeah, if you can.
I can't really do anything. That's why they got bumpers,
That's right.
right? You're clear to start turning here. You're clear to go all the way. Looking good. Okay, turn all the way.
Keep going.
Clear. We're off.
Like a herd of turtles. Okay, see if I can control this nervous boat.
How much pressure was that?
Not too bad, actually. There's like this safeguard in knowing that you have these crazy bumper guards all the way along the side, plus the fenders. As long as you don't hit anything hard, you really aren't gonna damage anything. So they really do set the boats up for mistakes.
On our boat, on the other hand, without those big ass bumpers, with that like sharp concrete pole
Oh, forget about it.
right there, blowing you right onto it, like hell no, we would have never left in our own boat. We would have just sat here at the marina for another day or two and waited for the wind. Hey, we just had to switch over from the outside to the inside. That's the beauty of this boat, right? On our last canal boat that we rented, it was all outside, so you were just in the elements.
It got colder again too. It happens so quickly.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like when the sun is out, it's beautiful and lovely, but the moment it goes behind a cloud, it feels cold.
Which is cool, but it was cold. And now, we can come in here into the warmth. Got a nice visibility. But tea, make me a cup of tea. You are not kidding. This is like movie driving. Bridge captain, bridge captain, bridge captain. This is Horizon 30. Do you copy? The harbor master said call him on the phone. So maybe they don't actually do VHF anymore. Hello, do you speak English? Yes, we're leaving the Newport Marina in Horizon 30. We're coming up to the bridge. They didn't speak English, I don't think.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So I guess we just go up there and tie off.
If there's a space to do so.
Okay.
That's our
red,
weight.
green.
Yep, weight symbol. This wind is not helping me today.
Oh,
Oh,
green light.
finally. Thank goodness. I was beginning to really think something wasn't going to happen here, but I know it's going to get better.
It's gonna get better.
We're going to figure it out.
Yes.
These people very nicely let us go first since we were here first.
And we're off again. We survived our first challenge, unscratched.
Yes, we did. But I was beginning to think, I was like, that nobody answers anything, and I think we're gonna have to bust a Yui and then maybe just go back to the marina because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, okay. It's a humbling thing.
Here's our route for today. We decided not to go through that lock we were trying to call last night. That was the direction towards Dixmuth, which is supposed to be a lovely trip, casual, no real traffic. That's what we were gonna do yesterday, but didn't really work out. So we decided to go for the scariest thing that they mentioned, which was going straight into Bruges. Now, the good news is, or the bad news, I guess, depending on how we look at it, we can't get all the way into Bruges today because the locks into the city or the bridges into the city are closed on Sundays. So we're going to get as far as we can, moor up, stay the night, and then that way we can get to Bruges first thing in the morning and start to explore. They gave us this whole booklet full of routes, all the information, little pamphlets on each little area we're going to be visiting, and we have our exact route here. We are going now to route number 2. We're going to Bruges and then Ghent, and then, well, wherever else we end up. Maybe we'll come straight back from there. It just depends how much time we have. And what's interesting is it says here we have 6 hours of travel, 2 locks, and we have 14 bridges. So it's going to be a very, very active day.
Okay, we are coming up to our second bridge, and during our little briefing at Le Boat, they did say once you've been through one, you don't have to call for the next one. They'll just automatically start to open them. So that's kind of nice. At least once you get through one, you know you'll get through the others.
I hear the buzzer. They were watching us. I do think we have about 20 knots of wind because it's pretty darn breezy, and it's sort of just abaft of the beam, so kind of on our side and kind of from our butt. So it's pushing us forward and over. Makes it a little extra challenging, but the bow thrusters have come in handy so far. And here goes the bridge. Go green, go green, go green, go green.
Okay, that was a little bit better. It's a little early to say, but I feel like maybe I'm starting to get the hang of the bow thrusters. The wind definitely still moves this heavy boat around.
It almost looks green screen behind you.
Looks very fake, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny because, like, I mean, we're just gotten started. We've been out here for all of what, maybe half an hour? And I feel like my mind is thinking about how these are medieval. Like, it was so long ago. Yet, if you think about it, it looks pretty darn similar in some aspects if you remove the buildings and stuff, but just look at like the grasses and the cows and the trees, and you think that was pretty much it. Because when you were in the countryside and you were just cruising along, this is what you probably would have seen until you all of a sudden reach one of the cities, and then it's gonna open up and there's gonna be castles in the distance. It's very cool.
Just so you know, we're not going that fast. Okay, coming up on our third bridge. I'm gonna try this one. I've had less time at the helm. You've only had like an hour at the helm. I've had like 5 minutes. We will see. They say you need no experience, so I don't feel pressured. It is what it is. We got rub rails. It's gonna be fine.
Let's be clear. They say you don't need any experience because they give you the training before they let you take the boat.
I feel like this one's more narrow than the 2 you went through.
No. They were fast for you.
Yeah, they were.
It's like they knew it was your first time.
Slowest bridge ever. Oh my gosh, I felt like I had tons of time, and now it's like only halfway up.
Don't feel bad. I felt this way every time.
Oh yeah.
Dear, there goes your theory on throw your line over those hooks, because those have like potted plants on them.
Oh, well.
Those things, it's the first time we've seen them with planters on them, but the others just had a bar, and Jason was thinking maybe that's what we're supposed to tie off to when we need to wait. But that's a no.
That's a no. Is this bridge actually gonna go up?
It takes
Oh, I got,
forever.
okay, now I got red, green. You wanna tie up for lunch?
Sure. What do you think?
Easy peasy, first try. Survived. First tying up, let's kill the engine.
Just some very quick little grilled cheese and hummus sandwich. And then get back on the canal again.
We're on the canal.
Yeah, but like when you get back on the road again, on the canal again, get moving again.
Is it a Gouda?
Nah,
It's
whatever.
Flandrian, it's gotta be local.
Bleak gibberish. I am shamefully bad with my Flemish because I know none. I'm waiting for that.
We're off.
It's your second bridge. Does this one feel any faster?
No. It's been sitting in the same spot for what feels like an eternity. I haven't lost control yet. So that's good. Oh, green light. Okay.
Nicely done.
Just like the old days.
It looks fake. The whole thing. Oh my gosh. That didn't even look like that was for tourists. That looked like legit.
Just looked like they were out on a stroll. It didn't. Maybe he's coming back from his work, or maybe that's actually what he drives. Move the geese.
We're coming through. Move, geese, move. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Narrow bridge on a turn.
Ducks.
We're at another bridge here.
Bridge captain, this is Horizon 30. This might be the actual lock, so it's a bridge and then the lock.
Then there's a red light. Does the red freak you out?
Lockmaster, this is Horizon 30. It's opening.
We're inside the lock.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so we probably aren't supposed to be tied off.
I think it's opening so because it's already full.
Okay. Just like movie driving, no big deal.
Okay, and then we turn right.
Look at that cute little boat. Oh, I love it.
Oh my gosh, that was fast and furious. We didn't know what was going on. I called on the radio, nothing happened. Then all of a sudden the gates went down, the bridge went up. We like blew past the red light going into the lock, thinking, okay, well, I got a green light at the bridge and the lock is right here. And then all of a sudden we're passing a red light. I'm, oh my God, what's happening? And then like a minute later, beep, 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 the lock starts opening and we're like all tied up.
Come show them this. Look how cute this working boat is.
Museum over the Beanwort.
Oh, you think that's a museum in there?
Maybe. I wasn't even driving. I was just filming and running lines. How was that for you?
I was like, I do not understand what's happening right now. It's so different. And I remember feeling clueless and dumb the first couple of times, right? Like, just is what it is. We felt kind of silly whenever we did the narrow boat in the UK because you're working locks and you're doing things that you've never done before, even though they're painfully simple. And then after that, it's a piece of cake, right? And then getting here, completely different system. You don't really get out. It's like bridges, and then there are lock keepers, so you're not working the locks or the bridges yourself at all. So it's so different, and it's just like a light system, and you're like, okay, red light, green light, but then a green light to a red light that you pass through to another. I don't know. And you just assume if you were really doing something terribly wrong, there's going to be a buzzer or an alarm going off, or somebody's going to come out and yell at you. It feels like somebody's giving you the keys to something that you should not have. And they're like, have fun, figure it out. And you're like, seriously? You're just going to let me go? okay. You're like,
Sucker!
that's what it feels like. You're like you're getting away with something.
So we just came through here, and we're gonna go down, and supposedly here, there's a free marina for mooring up overnight. So then we can continue on early in the morning to Bruges.
I don't know the full extent of the rules here in Belgium, but I know that there are like licenses for these boats, and there are fees that you pay, like registration fees and stuff like that, to be able to play on these canals with your boats. And so Le Boat has already paid for all of that, which is why to us it just feels free because they've already taken care of all the fees, all the paperwork, all the stuff that goes for any of the boat owners on these canals. So there are fees because somebody has to pay those lock keepers, and somebody has to pay those bridge captains and all the other little amenities that exist around here, and to keep those docks and all the little stuff. Anyway,
So free to me.
free to me. Feels free. I mean, you pay for it, but it's sort of free. It's freaking affordable. We'll talk about that later.
So in case you couldn't tell by our excitement, that was our first lock. Oh my gosh. Look at how beautiful it is though. Can you believe we're like a few kilometers from a major city? Ha, there's a castle right there.
We have reached our final bridge, and I think our spot for the night, yeah? Maybe.
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, that looks magical right behind you.
I know, everywhere does. This whole last hour-ish, beautiful. Just gorgeous. That looks like a little church. Or just somebody's house.
There's a sign, we just passed it. I don't know if you saw it in the video. It says VHF. So I'm gonna grab the VHF, see what happens. Bridge captain, this is Horizon 30.
Did you get a hold of anybody?
No. And they're like, we already know you're here.
I know, but like, kind of want some radio action.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the back so I can step off.
Okay.
Looking good. Good job.
You think I've done that before?
It's beer 30.
It is! Okay, yeah!
This is a fun window. Okay, I just popped in across the way. That little pub and hotel, and like, you know, it's so beautiful. And I thought, oh, maybe we'll go get a beer there, but they're closed. It's Sunday at 6 o'clock or something, so.
Belgium is very interesting because it's very chill and relaxed. But I would say from like 4 to 7, it's like the whole neighborhood comes out. Everybody's out, kids are in the park and everybody's playing, or you've got everybody having their after work beer. So it is a really fun environment. So I'm super stoked to be here.
Happy Hour is very happy around
Very
here.
happy. I was very happy. I love how social it is. It's great. And bicycles everywhere. I like the culture here. It's good. And people are super friendly, which I like too. And I'm having a good time on the canal today. I'm just very happy.
Can I talk about what I want to talk about?
You want to pour that beer. Go for it.
Okay. The real reason, I would say the real reason, the main reason we came here was for beer. Like, beer in Belgium is just a thing. It's been amazing. It's like always been one of my favorite types of beer. Belgian quads, Belgian triples, doubles. Oh, I have a whole video idea for just beer because I wanted to come for the undisputed best beer in the world, which is here in Belgium. It's undisputed. Don't even say anything. You stop typing right now. Stop typing. No comments, okay?
I've already had this argument where I'm like, what do you mean? How that it's preference? He's like, no, it's undisputed.
No. And now granted, I haven't tried it yet, so I'm going off
But he's very excited about trying the best beer in the entire world.
So we bought a couple, so I'm gonna open those on a really beautiful day and maybe we'll talk some beer. And so what we're drinking now is...
We're gonna visit some abbeys and everything else, but again, future episode.
Future episode. What we're drinking now, just quickly, this is a donkel, or a donker, is what it says here on the bottle. I don't know if the camera will focus that close. This is a certified Abbey Ale, which means, oh, okay, I won't dive into it. It's kind of nerdy. Anyway, that's
Too
what we're
many
having.
details.
It's a
Yes.
dark, brown, high 8%
Pour the
alcohol.
beer.
Okay.
Anyway.
And glasses are a thing. You have to have the right glass.
Right glass for the right beer. It's all they're very serious about their beer
Yeah.
in Belgium. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Wanted to talk to you about something, which is the affordability of Canal Boat Life. It really has been such a shocker. And I am going to give a shout out to our friend David of Cruising the Cut, because he is the whole reason we even knew that Canal Boat Life existed. We found a couple of his videos on YouTube, found ourselves very attracted to the whole idea of it. I love the different styles of the boats. I find them all very fascinating. David does a great job of giving you so many little insights about canal life. That's what inspired our first adventure, which is where we got to finally meet David. And now here we are in Belgium, and it's a completely different experience, but still equally
Similar.
as lovely. Yeah.
Especially when we turned out of that lock down that path. It was so beautiful. It felt just like that quiet English countryside.
But tomorrow, that's where everything is going to
Yes.
change, because we're going to arrive in Bruges, which is our first big city, and there are going to be heaps of castles.
It's
Yes,
super
anyway.
medieval. Like, I think it's actually the most
UNESCO
best
World Heritage
preserved
Site.
medieval city in the world. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it or correct you on the screen. Okay, so affordable. This has got to be the most, and I mean like canal boating, the most affordable way to do, I would arguably Europe, certainly Belgium. So when we started digging into this, we were looking for, okay, do we do it by hotels, Airbnbs, interesting stays? And then, of course, I had to look into canal boats. And turns out the canal boat is by far the cheapest option for us right now. One, we're shoulder season, but even still, the hotels are quite expensive. It's been very hard to find hotels and Airbnbs under $200 a night. I don't know why, it just has been. There are some,
Incredible. Yeah.
I should be clear, there are
Few and
some.
far between.
But yeah, like 150, 160, 180, you know, that's kind of it. Okay, pause. I'm missing a very important point here that I wanted to make. I was distracted by beer, which is that it's so different than a hotel room. It's such a different way to experience a place. Like, it's your transportation and it's your hotel room, but it's also part of the adventure. It gives you an activity to do as well. So I feel like bang for buck, it's just such a good value, especially if you go shoulder season or last minute booking. Anyway, back to the conversation. Just for example, I said I wanted to do a long break, which means 8+ nights. So for 10 nights, a year from now, if you want to pre-book, $1,900. That's under
$200 a night.
for 10 nights.
US.
And that's for 4 people. So if you actually brought friends or you had kids or whatever else, that's an incredible deal, I think. But that's not what ours is right now. So if you bring it up and you want to start a trip starting tomorrow, say a week.
$839 US for 7 nights.
So last minute deals. We found the same exact thing when we did our
Sailing catamaran in
Thailand.
Yes.
So that was same sort of situation where if you booked a year in advance, it's still not a bad price. Like, that's still a very affordable holiday. But if you are available last minute, or if they have availability last minute, then it can be up to half price easily. And it's not crowded. The weather can be iffy, obviously, like today, but that can be any time of the year. And tomorrow is forecast to be sunny and beautiful. And we have seen that. It was sunny and beautiful the day before we
Like
got
3
here.
days before, the 3 days before we arrived. Yeah, it was sunny and
Perfection,
beautiful. Like,
yeah.
no wind, just magical. So we're going to get it again.
That's right. But it was great for today. It was still like a nice
Well, you
travel
say that, like, the adventurer in me is like, I'm kind of sad we have to, like, we didn't have to be forced to be outside in it. Because you're like, I want the grit and the, you know, that is, but no, it is really nice to
was
sit
posh.
in here
It was
in
comfortable.
the heat and protected. So we're going to drink them out. Did you say everything you wanted to say? This is very
have no
affordable.
idea.
It is wonderful. We've been having a great time. Just the right amount of excitement, just the right amount of danger. Not dangerous, but like that sort of, you know, I'm going to screw something up kind of feeling.
I don't think anybody thinks of danger when they think of the canals.
Anxiety, maybe anxiety is, I don't know what the right
It's
word
just
is for it.
excitement. It's just fun.
It is.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us for the first part of this adventure. We have much more to go. I hope you stay tuned for that. And yeah, if you've got any questions about boat life, canal boat life, drop them down in the comments, and maybe we can follow up with a Q&A video at the end of this adventure.
oh,
It's so good, isn't it?
oh my gosh. It's so good. Oh yeah. So,
It is good. We're doing a rating system for all our beers. I'd give that
8?
8.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Go Belgium.
Go Belgium.